Nice area. These will be tasty. Woo. Hey, our little friend. So I'm making my way down to a section of Malibu Creek that I really like. And I was actually hoping to get here a little earlier, but I'm gonna do the best with what I have and hopefully catch some crawdads too. We'll see how it goes. So here we are, you know, real beautiful. And those are those narrows I was at maybe a couple weeks ago. And I really do wanna make my way here one of these days when it's a little more sunny. Yeah, another ambition of mine is to definitely catch some crawdads, which maybe you can see here, maybe not, but I definitely saw a few, so I might start with that. So I actually think that just, you know, given the views and the fact that there is some sunlight, I'm gonna make my way further up there. Again, there are a lot of crawdads here. I see a few right there, but they are kind of hiding under the rocks quickly and they have a lot of space to escape. So rest assured I'll catch a few, but I do want to kind of get down here and just see what it looks like, even though the sun's not directly shining in the canyon. So yeah, these narrows are really, really magnificent, and I'm really hopeful about, you know, having the opportunity to, you know, catch a crawdad meal here too. So yeah, again, real beautiful, and you know, there are, maybe you can see, I guess there's some dead ones there, but there are some live ones swimming around. But there's obviously also kind of awkward, I guess. I'll just do it like this. You know, crawdads being eaten by other critters. So yeah. Anyways, maybe I'll catch one or two. I don't know. All right, so we at least have one. It's definitely on the smaller side. I did see a kind of a bigger guy there though, but the hopes is as I make my way back and maybe as I go down, we'll get a few bigger ones. But yeah, nice little guy to start the day with. Not sure how many I'm gonna catch. That being said, there are a lot of small ones, and it's really kind of, you know, a lot smaller than this guy even, and it's really kind of easy to get distracted by the smaller crayfish. So yeah, I'm gonna store this guy in one of my water bottles though. I'm gonna use this time. Those of you who remember the Big Tahunga video may recall me doing something similar in a water bottle like this. So yeah, I'm gonna eat all these guys too, so don't worry. One down early on. Not sure how many are gonna come, but yeah, stay tuned. Again, these pools are deep. I'm wading right now. I guess I'm kind of coming out, but yeah, nice area. So I just grabbed 4 more right out of here. They kind of swam under this rock, and I was able to just reach my hand under there and get a few, and then one of them swam over this way. But yeah, these will be tasty, you know, in an hour or two. We got 5 crawfish already, and we haven't even really made our way all that far down this section of narrows, which is honestly pretty short. So kind of proud of myself, you know. I'm gonna keep my eye out on that. Maybe we'll have like a small meal's worth by the end of this. Just given the beauty of this now, I mean, I got to imagine during the daytime, as I mentioned before, you know, when the sun's really out here, this must be incredible. You know, the water is greenish, but I would say still pretty clear. And I think that's that little waterfall area actually. I might do a little soak here though. Actually, I didn't do that last time. So this might be a good spot for it. All right, sliding on into the pool. All right, hello. Okay, yeah, this one's deep. I cannot touch the bottom here. Let's do a cold plunge though. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Woo. Yeah, all right, well, I guess I'm swimming without much phone protection. So yeah, anyways, can't go too fast this way, but I'm gonna actually swim over to this little waterfall here. So, you know, you got this deep pool and, you know, kind of awkward to film. But yeah, you know, right over oh, there, okay, okay, here we go, shallow. So, temporarily shallow. So, right over here, I'm gonna push off, you know. All right, right over here, you have a deep pool still. Little holes I can kind of grab onto like that. Oh, okay, and you got a waterfall. So, yeah, there it is. Woo. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna maybe set the phone down. I don't know, maybe I can get some footage of myself too, swimming here. I do need a tripod, as I've maybe mentioned a few times, but yeah. Oh, okay, good. Can touch the bottom there, sorta. Yeah. Second thought, I'm gonna put it over there. So some of these rocks right here look like they might have spots where I can stabilize the phone. That looks all right. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, nice pools. Really happy here. Again, probably amazing in the daytime. But yeah, can't touch the bottom either here. Nice to actually kind of be able to swim without holding the phone, you know? So yeah, again, still warm out, you know, very deep pool here, a lot of other deep pools, and I think I skipped this one last time I was here, so nice to enjoy. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going down the narrows and then, you know, keep my eye out for more crayfish, so that should be fun. But yeah, anyways, nice to take a little break to enjoy me some swimming time. Last time I think I went down that way, and again, this is kind of an awkward part. I think, you know, the water is definitely deeper there, but then I remember as I came back, climbing up this way, so maybe I'll try the opposite, I don't know. Again, this is that small waterfall, and yeah, I'm gonna try to keep my eyes out for more crawdads. I do kind of see some down there, but I have a feeling those ones will get away from me. I actually decided just to kind of slide down the waterfall, which isn't actually too steep, you know, and yeah, there's a lot of moss, so it's kind of slippery, might be awkward coming back up, but I do see a lot of crawdads. Maybe you can kind of see them too. I'll try to get some video. I don't know if I'll be able to catch any. I think they'll all get away, but this might let you know how abundant they are. Yeah, so first well, that's deep. Yeah, so maybe you'll see some crawdads here. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there's one. There's a big one. Maybe I can catch it. I don't know. There are a bunch over there. I haven't really checked over there yet, but I did see a bunch. But yeah, they can't escape quite easily. I did catch this really big one here. And I may try to catch a few over there, see how it is, and then I'm going to keep going down here. But yeah, so far I think this is the biggest one I've gotten in Malibu Creek. Guess this guy here is crawdad number 6. We got to kind of fit in there somehow. So it's got some big pinchers, but I think it'll work itself out. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, gonna be tasty. That section over there is very deep, but over here it's definitely a little more shallow. And maybe you can see there are a good number of crayfish here. So I don't know how visible they are on the camera with the wind and everything, but there are certainly a bunch out here. So I think I'm just gonna maybe try to catch 1 or 2 in this area. It does get pretty deep, but we'll see how it goes. Got crawdad number 7 coming out of this pool here, so you know it is pretty deep. You do have crawdads, like I don't know if you can see them, I can see them, but this one I got lucky with. I kind of caught it hiding between a crevice. You can see, you know, there's a crayfish right there. There's another one right there, so they do kind of position themselves occasionally in spots where they're easier to catch. But yeah, you know, gonna be pretty tasty, and I think I'm gonna put them with the other guys right now. So far we got 7 crawdads from Malibu Creek, and you know they look like there's a lot in here, but really, to be honest, there are a lot of shells. So if I were doing this in like a survival situation, I wouldn't want to put a lot of effort into this, so I try to find like an optimal pool to catch them in. And a lot of these very deep, not the most optimal pools to get crawdads from, but I'm sure if you went further downstream into shallow areas, they'd be very, very easy to catch spots. But yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna get maybe 3 more and make myself like a crawfish taco. You know, it should be enough for like a decent sized taco. Yeah, so look forward to that at the end of this. So I think I'm just gonna make my way down to the end of this. I mentioned I would rock hop a little more back. I don't think that's just gonna happen this time. So at some point in the future, I'm gonna go down a good ways further. But yeah, today I started late. I was actually kind of planning on doing some traveling, but I decided not to do that. You know, I've been pretty busy, not gonna lie. But yeah, always have time for a little bit of crawfish when I can make it. And I think this spot was cool to revisit. I've been mentioning how many crayfish are here too. And I'm sure that I will scare a bunch of them. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, perhaps you can just see all of these guys. Maybe. There are a lot of them here. Oops. Yeah, so, right? This would be a good spot for a crawdad trap, I'd say. But I might try to poke around here, get one or two, who knows. Again, this is kind of a deeper area, so not really optimal, but for fun, I think it's good. wish me luck, and maybe in a second or two, you'll see what happens. Yeah. I got one, so that's crawdad number 8. But as you may have seen, every one I caught, there must have been like, you know, hundreds that have gotten away. And that's just due to the fact that this is like really deep and they have lots of places to hide. So yeah, almost ready for that taco. Just need to catch 2 more here. I think I'm gonna turn around here and make my way back, look for some spots where it's actually easy to catch 2 more crawdads, you know. There's crawdad number 9, and caught it right near the waterfall here. A lot of the little guys were scurrying away, but this big guy, definitely a lot less afraid, and not necessarily good for him either. So yeah, anyways, gonna put this guy with the rest of them. Very beautiful, and yeah, so gotta find myself 1 more crawdad. Hopefully it's not too much of a task, but we'll find out soon. So we got our 10th crawdad right here, and yeah, this guy is definitely quite the munchkin, but sometimes even when they're small, they have really good tails. So yeah, anyways, let's get this guy in the little bottle and get going. All right, so yeah, with this little guy, that's what 10 crawdads looks like. Almost escaped there, but yeah, anyways, yeah, definitely filling up the water bottle, but when you peel off all their shells and get at their tails again, it really shrinks down. So anyways, this should be enough for a good sized taco though, yeah. So I haven't done a big crawfish trip too recently, but I think last year there was one where I like caught over 50, and then I think it was at Malibu Creek, and then another one where I caught like 37. And if you get, you know, that many crayfish, it's, you know, for proteins, it's about a meal. Again, I'd say Piru is pretty easy. I did do tahunga, big tahunga recently. So below the reservoir, there are crawfish in certain areas, and I think, you know, if I go again, I'll probably go there this year to do a crawfish thing. But yeah, there is a big, I don't know how Frenchman's Flats is, but there is a big fire. I think it's called the Canyon Fire out near Malibu Creek right now, you know, Lake Piru. So that's something I might avoid for a bit. But Malibu Creek, yeah, I mean, in spots, if you find the right pools, you could really catch a lot of them. And I wouldn't say these are the right pools. This is just more of a neat little canyon area I wanted to revisit. But I'd assume further upstream you get to some good spots. And I have seen some nice ones out near Malibu Creek State Park. So that's another potential area. But yeah, let's go back home and you know, see what these crayfish taste like. I'm really curious because I've had them from different creeks, but not Malibu Creek yet. So we got 2 things here. Another crawdad that I actually caught right in here, you know, very easily. So these shallow pools, if you just kind of come around, sometimes you can just grab them. And you know, a spot like this that does have a lot of tiny ones, you know, they're able to get away pretty easily just due to the fact that it's deep and murky. But yeah, maybe it's actually one just sitting right there, you know, with its eyes above the water. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, and the other thing, got a little tree frog. Oop. Yeah, there it is. So it jumped on my belly, and I might have to get a few photos of this guy. Real cool. Hey, our little friend. Ah. All right, hopped right back into my hand. So that's kind of cool. I think I might have to get a few more photos, you know. Don't always have a little crawfish and a frog in the same hand at once. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Got a few photos. I'm gonna try to get a little selfie video thing real quick. Rare sighting, I guess, me with a crawdad and a cute little tree frog right there. So yeah, again, I caught him, held him for a second while I was holding the crawdad. Now he's exploring my hand, you know. Yeah. All right, little guy. Find your way off. Maybe I can put my hand here. Yeah, I don't know. Seems pretty chill with me. Yeah, it's just I kind of want to leave him there. I'm gonna put this crawdad, I think, in the thing. And I think by the time I do that, he'll have hopped off. The bottle, I think, is just right in my hydration vest here. Yeah, he's still chilling. There he is. He hopped away. Yeah, he is hopping away, but I kind of made a little friend there. Anyways, yeah, we got 11 crawdads now. I'm not sure if I'll get any more, but if they're that easy to catch, I'll catch them. But I'm just kind of planning to go up right over there and then jog back along the road. I'm at the Piuma spot too, if you're curious. So again, I'm about to head up, but I just want to show you how crazy the crayfish are here. I think this might be, I mean, I certainly probably could catch some here if I tried. but I'm just gonna get some video real quick for y'all right now. So you see this pool here, and pay attention to all those dark specks. You know, so I'm not sure if you're seeing everything, but I mean, there's one, right? It's just got its head up. Probably catch it. Oh no, didn't catch it. Small guys can be hard, but yeah, like that was pretty easy, right? Right there. So, you know, there are a bunch, and I would say spots like this where it's at least shallower are easier. So it was cool to check that out, but this might be where the real good crawfish spots are. Yeah, so maybe I'll come back and do something here in some of these shallow pools at some point. Try to get like, I don't know, like 50 or 60, something crazy, more efficiently though, right? So that spot's cool because it does have deep water holes, but it does make catching the crayfish a lot harder. Back home now, starting to boil some water, and yeah, I dumped out the water with the crawdads were in, kind of murky, so I'm just gonna like fill this up a few times, dump it out, and then once the water is boiling, I'm gonna get them all in there. So at this stage, the water is starting to boil pretty nicely. You got the bubbles kind of coming up on top, and we're gonna start adding our crawdads in. Now you wanna you wanna do this slowly for a pot like this, might not be the best way to go about it. Maybe I'll try to do it by hand to the best of my ability. Or I'll get like a fork or something. Anyways, yeah. So I do one, and then let it sit there. It'll die pretty quickly. But if you add them too quick, the water temperature will go down. The crawdads are all in there. It's nice and hot, boiling. You know, they wind up getting more red. At least the shells do, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, what we're gonna do now is get this tortilla right there on the little stove thing there. Warm it up a bit, and yeah, after 5 minutes I'll take these guys out, snap them open, and then fill up this tortilla with some nice juicy crawdad meat. So I think they're almost done, but you know, about four minutes in, the smell starts really wafting up, and it smells really good. This tortilla might need to be flipped. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, should be finished pretty soon. So the timer just went off. I'm gonna first deal with this, so it should be perfect for the taco. And now, yeah, I'm gonna turn this off and take them out one by one, set them on a separate plate, you know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The big guy. 7, 8. 9, 10, kind of a tiny one there, and 11. Perfect, yeah. So once we peel these guys, they're going to be a lot smaller, and they should collectively just be the right amount for a taco, I think. We'll see how that goes. A big taco, yeah. To really kind of show you again, this is the amount of shell that you get, and then this is the amount of meat that you'll get out of, like, you know, how many was that? 11 crawdads. So you can see, you know, it does fill up the taco. It's kind of a big tortilla, but if you really wanted like a full meal, it's good to get like, you know, 40 or 50, because you could do like 3 really big tacos with even more meat than this, and you'd be satisfied. But for that, I need to kind of go to these more shallow pools and just grab a bunch of them. The deeper pools I was mostly in, you know, they're not phenomenal for getting a lot of crawdads, because again, they can just dive down very deep. In the shallow pool, it's kind of easier to corner them and just pick them up, you know. So yeah, but anyways, this will be really satisfying, especially with the avocado and the lemon and the sauces and everything. So yeah. So I'm just gonna get a bunch of avocado on here, kind of dice it up, and again, definitely more avocado than I need, but hey, you know, still gonna be pretty good. Next we got some lemon juice, you know, and I get that all up on there, yeah. Nice fresh lemon. And then we got some of this chipotle sauce, and yeah, whatever it is, some sort of chipotle thing, and yeah, let's get that all up on there. And last but not least, a little bit of this hot sauce, you know, so yeah, should be really good. A little sloppy, but to me it looks and smells very tasty. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a little taste test right now. All right, gonna try to do this. Wow. It's interesting. I like it. Yeah, these are very juicy. You know, I like the ones from Malibu Creek. I don't know how different they are. They're similar to the other crawdads, but yeah. Anyways, interesting mix. I'm enjoying myself, and yeah. Wow. Last bite, pretty much, and yeah, I gotta say that was an interesting experiment. I think last time I did like a crawdad burger. It was pretty good too. So yeah. Anyways, I really overdid it on the sauce, though, I'd say. So if I do this again, do a taco, I might catch more crawdads and use less sauce.